All right. Hello, good evening, and welcome everyone to my anniversary stream. It's been 1 year and a day since I started streaming on Twitch. Um, I meant to do this yesterday, but fell into an audio engineering hole that I still haven't fully recovered from. Um, I wanted to make my voice sound good like all of the cool people, and it is a lot more work than I originally anticipated. It's not something I've given up on, but it is something that is going to take way more time than I have at the moment to devote to it. So hopefully what you get now is fine, because that's all you're going to get for right now. But enough of that. I've been wanting to play Dark Souls for quite a while, and I figured an anniversary stream would be the perfect chance for that. I'm just going to name him Papa Strel. Name him male. So, there's a really specific thing that I like to do at the start of a lot of my Dark Souls runs, and I'm gonna do that, and to do it requires Pyromancer. If I wasn't, I'd go Deprived, just because, you know, best stats, best level. I'm pretty sure, I think even with Pyro, I could do math, but I won't. Gift, we're gonna go with the Master Key, because I didn't see Blighttown the first time I played this game, and I'm not gonna show it to you now. I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't really care about character creation, so we're probably just gonna random some stuff. Yeah, you can't go too crazy. Alright, that's our guy. Shaved black hair commoner, love it. Alright. So let's jump right in. I will play this intro cutscene, because it is nice.
In the age of ancients, the world was unformed, shrouded by fog. A land of grey crags, arch trees, and everlasting dragons. But then there was fire. And with fire came disparity. Heat and cold, life and death, and of course, light and dark. Then from the dark they came and found the souls of lords within the flame. Nito, the first of the dead.
You can call him the first. There's like 6 guys in there.
The Witch of Izalith and her daughters of Chaos.
I never noticed how tall
Lord of
Izalith the Witch
Sunlight,
is. She seemed like a
and
head
his
and a half above
faithful
the rest of them.
knights,
Maybe because they were
and the
kneeling.
furtive pygmy, so easily forgotten. With the strength of lords, they challenged the dragons.
Noticed he had 2 mouths.
Gwyn's mighty bolts peeled apart their stone scales. The witches weaved great firestorms. Nito unleashed a miasma of death and disease. And Seath the Scaleless betrayed his own, and the dragons were no more.
I love you, Seath, but you're also a huge sack.
Thus began the Age of Fire. But soon the flames will fade, and only dark will remain. Even now, there are only embers. And man sees not light, but only endless nights. And amongst the living are seen carriers of the accursed dark sign. Yes, indeed. The dark sign brands the undead. And in this land, the undead are corralled and led to the north. Where they are locked away to await the end of the world. This is your fate.
Not my fate. I thought I was a good guy. And some of these textures look rough. What's this game, like 2011? 13 years old? Hey, Oscar. Thanks for the body. I get some jerky to chew on. Alright, and now that's like the vast majority of cutscene in the game. So for those of you who are unaware, this is the remastered version. I wanted native 60 FPS, and I don't really care that much about the changes that were made. I do still have the original version. Pretty sure they can't take that away from me. It's in my Steam library. But I wanted to play this one, so deal with it. Yeah, this is a game I have played. I should have looked at Steam to see how much of the original I played. It's definitely up above 100, maybe 200 hours. I played a ton of this game when it came out. Not, like, immediately, so way back in the day, I had a friend who had a PS3, and he was like, hey, you need to check out this Demon Souls game. It's really hard. And I'm like, okay, well, is there anything else, or is it just hard? And he was like, nah, it's really hard, and, like, you lose half your health when you die, and just did an absolutely piss-poor job of explaining that game, and made me want to avoid it, because I was like, oh, it just seems like bullshit. So I never played Demon Souls at the time. And then, you know, years later, I hear, oh, hey, there's this game called Dark Souls that came out. It's, you know, like a spiritual sequel to Demon Souls. And I'm like, oh, I remember thinking Demon Souls was bad. So I didn't play it. And then it came out on Steam. And sometime after that, a good friend of mine was like, hey, man, you need to play this game with me. It's super cool, and it's got co-op, and we can do a bunch of cool stuff. I'm like, okay, yeah, sure. He was a friend I trust. So I don't remember if he got me the game or if I got it myself on his recommendation, but I got it and played it with his help. You know, he taught me some of the secrets at the time, and I absolutely fell in love with it, and I played it like 4 times in a row, and played it like multiplayer, played co-op with him through pretty much the whole game a couple of different times, and just absolutely fell in love with Dark Souls, and I absolutely love this game. Top 3 for sure.
Oh, you. You're no Hollow. Thank goodness. I'm done for, I'm afraid. I'll die soon, then lose my sanity. I wish to ask something of you. You and I, we're both undead. Hear me out, will you?
I could say no, and get what I want from Oscar here, but he's just such a good guy.
Regrettably, I have failed in my mission, but perhaps you can keep the torch lit. There is an old saying in my family, thou who art undead art chosen, and thine exodus from the undead asylum maketh pilgrimage to the land of ancient lords. When thou ringeth the bell of awakening, the fate of the undead thou shalt know. Well, now you know, and I can die with hope in my heart. Oh, one more thing. Here, take this. An Estus flask, an undead favorite.
Give my Estus flask.
And this.
And the
Now I
asylum
must
key.
bid farewell. I would hate to harm you after death. So go now, and thank you.
Okay, Oscar, I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna go get help. You better not die, okay? I'll be right back. What was that? Oscar, no! Yeah, so he dies. You could just kill him and skip all that dialogue and still get the Estus flask, which is hilarious. But we're not gonna do that, because he's a good guy. So yeah, there was like a big old ball that rolled down the hill and knocked a hole in that wall. I just skipped it because, like I said, I played this game quite a few times. And we're just sort of blazing through this here asylum. So there's my pyromancy flame. I'm gonna equip that here in a minute. Son of a... Oh man, I am getting waylaid. Okay, enough of that. Enough of that. Alright, let's take out these last couple undead. These dregs, these husks, whatever you want to call them. Hey, you don't get to ask this, only I get to ask this. Speaking of which, let's drink our Sunny D. Okay, so Pyromancy Flame, I am a huge bitch, so I'm going to equip it in the right hand, because I like shields. I'm definitely one of those people that like blocking. I appreciate blocking. I don't like how, you know, sort of de-emphasized it's been in the future, but, you know, people like what they like, and if they don't want to block, they don't have to, I suppose. Anyway, here's boss number 1, Asylum Demon. So this guy we ran past earlier and didn't even see him, because he is very difficult without a proper weapon. Why am I not running? It's fine. So we're just going to throw some fire at him. Good old big slugs. And Asylum Demons. Not exactly difficult. So actually that plunging attack was a big deal, because if you haven't played Demon Souls, there were no plunging attacks in that game. You fell onto dudes and you would do a little stomp and hit them for 1 damage, and that was it. So the plunging attacks is kind of a big thing, which is why they're actually like pretty predominantly used in the first couple bosses. So the first thing I'm gonna do before we get out of here is I'm gonna go over here. And you wouldn't know it, but there's an NPC here. And I'm going to drop this item, and then I'm going to quit the game. And there's an NPC there whose name is Snuggly. I don't entirely know why their name is Snuggly.
You, give me warm, give me soft.
I would give you anything, Snuggly. I love you. So Snuggly wants things, and when you give Snuggly things, Snuggly gives you other things. So in exchange for that humanity, I got a Ring of Sacrifice. And this will be necessary in case I mess up the trick that I'm going to do here in a couple of minutes. So then we walk up to the bluff of this cliff.
Only in the ancient legends it is stated that one day an undead shall be chosen. To leave the undead asylum in pilgrimage to the land of the ancient lords. Lordran.
Lordran. Definitely big Demon Souls level 1 castle vibes from there. Probably on purpose. I forget the name of that stupid castle. Alright, and now we're here in Lordran, and we can level up and kindle at bonfires. This is a sad boy, we're not going to talk to him yet. The first thing we're going to do is grab this humanity, which I very much would like. And then we're going to go up this hill. And we're going to go over here, we're going to ignore these gentlemen, and we're going to jump. Now, something that has been rectified in future Dark Souls games is jumping in this game sucks more than just about any other Souls game. In order to jump, you have to be running. In order to run, you have to hold B or circle if you're on a PlayStation controller. And then to jump, whilst you are running, you have to let go of and then press B again rather quickly. You gotta do it quick or else you just roll or stop running or do any number of things that aren't jumping. Guess what? This sucks and can be messed up if you have played the game way too damn much. So I believe Dark Souls 2, they changed it to where you could jump like that if you wanted, or you could just click the left stick while you're running, which is a lot easier because that is a separate button. So we're going to grab those fire bombs, and I guess I'll throw them on my old hot bar. So the reason we went under that bridge is to get another Ring of Sacrifice. I think that might have even been a rare Ring of Sacrifice. No, just regular. That's fine. A rare Ring of Sacrifice is for something later, which we hopefully won't even really need. So like I've said, I played this game a lot. I could definitely go through Undead Burg without a problem with what I have now. But I really like doing this thing because it's fun, and I like fun thing that makes you overpowered for like a couple hours. So because I had a friend showing me this game, he told me, hey, don't go to the graveyard when you first get here, they'll wreck your shit, so I listened to him and didn't. So I didn't have that experience a lot of people had of, oh man, where do I go? Oh, I'll go to the graveyard, and then get annihilated by skeletons. Oh no, I'm stupid. Okay, well, it's death number 1. I was hoping that would occur a little bit later than 20 minutes in. Oh, sad. Thankfully, that's like... I didn't really lose much. I think I want that 2,000 souls, but I should be able to get them back. It's not like I was human, so that's fine, too. Okay, I think I was supposed to go straight there, but it doesn't really matter. I always get confused. This place is a little maze-like. But in this, this graveyard, there's a really good weapon that a lot of people, including my friend, really like, called the Zweihander. It's absolutely massive. Might be, like, second longest sword in the game, behind the Greatsword. Big strength weapon. Okay, let's try this again. Alright. Already doing better than we were before. So, we're gonna come down here. We're going to try and kill one specific guy and sit at a bonfire. And we're going to hope to God that no skeletons come to interrupt our fun. Oh, that was the wrong button. So I'm gonna try and stand right here. Hope to God skeletons don't come. Hear them, but I think it's fine. Okay, yeah. So if you stand right there, usually skeletons don't come and harass you. So then I can sit at the bonfire, which is very good. We're going to push this in, which activates the door up above so I can progress. And then I need to do a couple of things. So I need to use a humanity. I need to do that in order to become human again. In this game, a lot of multiplayer is entirely determined by if you're human unless you're attacking, I think? I don't remember. No, I think you have to be human to even invade people. But you have to reverse hollowing at a bonfire. So now I'm human. On its own, this doesn't do anything, but it does allow me to interact with summon signs. Both summon signs for actual players and summon signs for NPCs. and we are going to interact with an NPC summon sign. Oh no, what is happening? Why is my screen... Don't do that ever. My screen just turned completely black for a second. That was horrific. Okay. Ooh, gonna need to heal that. Okay, so that's unfortunate that I took that hit. Should be fine. So we're gonna go down here, and we're gonna fall down here. Perfect. Now, right over there, you could go and talk to Gravelord Nito if you want to. I don't want to. What I want is right here. Ah, shit. We don't want this skeleton here, so we're just going to kick him off. So we're going to talk to Paladin Leroy. My good buddy Leroy. Love Leroy. We're going to heal up a bit and wait for Leroy to spawn. Okay, perfect. So then we're going to fall down over here and get some armor for later. Yeah, that's wonderful. No. Who's hitting me? How are you hitting me? Okay, so, infamous Bone Wheel skeletons live down here. They're terrible. They're the worst. They got nerfed in Dark Souls 2. Sometimes you'll see, like, one on the way over. The fact that I didn't see any is pretty great. So now we're gonna head into this boss, which the game does not want me to be fighting at this point, but if that's the case, they shouldn't have made it so easy to get here. So now we got to get away from the door, otherwise Leroy will stand out there and die to skeleton wheels. Okay, good. So sometimes he'll stay there and try to fight the wheels, and that's unfortunate. So we're just going to come down here and trigger the boss. Leroy should follow me here shortly. This is Pinwheel. Everybody say hi, Pinwheel. Pinwheel's a little crazy. There's lots of lore in this game. I will not be discussing all of it. You can look up Vati Vidya. Where do you think I learned all of it? Reading item descriptions? Nah, I let that guy do that. Okay. Das Pinwheel. We want Pinwheel to die. Oh, 2 already? Really? Oh, we don't want to die. Okay, so Leroy made it in. That's good. We want Leroy to hit Pinwheel because Leroy does a shitload of damage. Leroy, hit Pinwheel. Leroy, for the love of God. And we don't want... Well, that did a fair amount of damage, but we want Leroy to hit Pinwheel with his big old mace. There we go. And Leroy just, like, 2 shots Pinwheel. So, I could kill Pinwheel with some fireballs and firebombs. I've done it before when Leroy was just being stupid. But I like having Leroy there. He good. We got the Mask of the Father, which is, like, the worst one. That sucks. So, Pinwheel drops, like, 1 of 3 masks. The Mask of the Child is the one we wanted, because that lets us wear... that gives us... Oh, interesting. These Tattered Cloth Manchat are, like, super good. Yeah, I guess that's kind of good. And I think the pants might be better slightly. Now we get to keep our... So, Pinwheel drops 1 of 3 masks. Mask of the Father, which increases your equip load, which sucks and is the worst one. Mask of the Mother, which increases your max health. That's not bad. And then Mask of the Child, which is the best one, which increases the speed at which your stamina regenerates. And I think the path is just follow the wall. Yeah, so we wanted the stamina regenerate. It's fine because we're going to get something else that does that later. But we got Soul of the Proud Knight just in case. Now we're going to use that Homeward Bone that he gave us, which allows us to teleport back to the last bonfire we used without sacrificing all of our money. Because we want to keep our money. I could kindle this bonfire. I did get the humanity. Why not? I could kindle this bonfire a bunch if I wanted. So Really, the only reason that I killed Pinwheel is because he gives you a bunch of souls, which you need to do the next thing I'm gonna do. The game doesn't like that, and it messes up some story sequence stuff. There's some characters that you're supposed to talk to and learn about them and where they're going, and after you kill Pinwheel, they go and do that. So now that's gonna trigger at some point, I think after Capra Demon. But I need the souls. Oh, interesting. They almost never do that. I need the souls to make a weapon even better than it already is. Oh, Lord. Oh, yeah, no. That guy usually shoots you in the back. So that's unfortunate. But that's why we kindled, right? Okay, so I'm running over here. I'm going to try and heal up without getting accosted by skeletons. There we go. So we need to go across that bridge, but it's got spikes. So first we're going to go over here. Those red floating skulls like to explode. It does hurt the skeletons, but right now the necromancers res the skeletons, so it doesn't matter. They just like temporarily die. Oh, that guy's like stuck there? That's funny. Oh no. Oh lord! Oh lord. Okay, that's fine. It's fine. Oh, it's not fine. It's the least fine it's ever been. I might die. Okay. I died. That sucks. The Ring of Revival is just gonna make it so I get to keep all my souls and stuff. It's gonna shatter. Not the end of the world, because I could have grabbed the souls and I don't need to be human anymore. But I figured, what the heck. Thankfully pulling that switch is permanent, so I don't have to go back there. Oh no. And I really wish I had that Mask of the Child. I got it when I practiced this, and that was really nice, so of course I would get something worse. Okay, let's see if we can not get shot. That would be great. Okay, that's great. So, gotta remember to hang a right here. Okay, so now we can just go straight across the bridge. And we can just fall down here. Holy crap, I just barely made that. So we want to get down to that ledge. We're going to let the skeleton kill himself. Gonna heal up a bit, and we're going to trigger fire bombs. So fire bombs are great because they're similar to the fireball, but have way shorter casting speed. So I can just do this a bunch. Oh no. And I probably don't... Yeah, okay, that's fine. I probably don't need to press this, but I'm going to anyway. Alright, we are almost there. So, actually, let's... Okay, I did pick up the Great Scythe. So the weapon I was looking for earlier is the Great Scythe. But we're going to do something to the Great Scythe that requires this green Titanite that FromSoft so very helpfully put right there. Oh, we got the Skull Lantern off that guy. Cool. That's like a random drop unless you kill all of them. How does he have a skeleton beard? Were they tentacles? Nobody knows.
Be gone with you. You spoil my focus.
He's talking into a mic from like the 1940s. It's great. So yeah, you break into this guy's house and he doesn't like it. So one of the few additions to the remaster is this bonfire right here. This is not in the original game. We are going to touch it, but we are not going to sit at it because that would make this way worse. So we're going to talk to this guy.
Then produce me some way.
I forget what his name is. We're going to purchase some items. We're going to purchase a Homeward Bone to get out of here. We're going to purchase 9 Titanite shards. I think that's pretty much it. So we're going to enforce the Great Scythe. We're going to take it from level 0 to level 5. Perfect. And then we're going to modify. And now that it's level 5, it can be turned into a Fire Great Scythe with a green Titanite. And now we've got ourselves a Fire Great Scythe. And I'm not going to spend any more money because I need to level up because I cannot at present use this Fire Great Scythe. So let's go ahead and unequip that. I'm going to use the Homeward Bone to go to the last bonfire that we used, not the last bonfire we activated. So we're able to get out of the catacombs without having to crawl up, because that sucks. So we're going to level up, and I forgot what the stats are for the Great Scythe, so we're going to go check them. Oh, I can't wield it because I don't have the stats. Okay, so I need 14 strength, 14 skill. Dex. There we go. So 14 strength, 14 dex, and we're just going to throw the rest into vitality for now. Maybe we'll do like 1 endurance. Yeah, that looks fine. Okay, so now I can properly use the Fire Great Scythe. Great Scythe is a great weapon. It's got super long range. It does very decent damage. And adding fire just kind of doubles that damage. So the downside to that is that it doesn't scale off of my stats anymore, but right now my stats are kind of low, so who the hell cares? And this weapon will start to suck, especially once we get to the fire boss. But that's a problem for later. Alright, getting past this skeleton really sucks. We don't have a lot of room on the right side of him, as you've seen before. So we're just gonna kind of hope that he jumps off like he did. Okay. That's real. I'm really glad that I only had 1 death. I tried this on... So, I've bought this game quite a few times. And I bought the Switch remaster, which is hardly a remaster. It's incredibly disappointing. But that game runs at 30. And doing that at half the FPS is difficult. And I don't know how I did that 13 years ago. Yeah, some guys are dying. So I was very scared that I was going to mess this up. But we didn't. So, what was that sound? Anyhoozles. Now we're back here, and we can talk to this downtrodden man.
Well, what do we have here? You must be a new arrival. Let me guess. Fate of the undead, right? Well, you're not the first. But there's no salvation here. You'd have done better to rot in the undead asylum. But too late now. Well, since you're here, let me help you out. There are, actually, 2 bells of awakening. One's up above in the undead church. The other is far below, in the ruins at the base of Blight Town. Ring them both, and something happens. Brilliant, right? Not much to go on, but I have a feeling that won't stop you. So, off you go. It is why you came, isn't it? To this accursed land of the undead?
I forgot how good the voice acting in this game is. So yeah. That's Downtrodden Knight, Disheartened Knight. I forget that guy's name. That's Firekeeper. We'll talk to her later. Actually, we're never going to talk to her. But since I'm human, and I have 2 humanity... So one of the things that makes Pinwheel unique is it, as you may have seen, unlocks the right of... it unlocks the right of kindling. Normally you can only kindle a bonfire once, so that it gives you 10 Estus. After obtaining the right of kindling, you can kindle it 3 times. So now it goes to 15, and you can see the fire's gotten a bit bigger. And if we do it again, the fire gets even larger, and now we have 20 Estus flasks. I shouldn't have to tell you 20 Estus flasks means it's going to be pretty easy for me to heal through stuff, because I am a bitch and love chugging that Sunny D. And speaking of Estus flasks, we're going to go and get an upgrade for it. So the reason I did that right now is because I'm probably going to die down here, and you can only kindle the bonfire if you're human. I'm sure Vati's got a video on why that is necessary. I don't remember. It's annoying. And if you die, you lose your humanity and you have to rekindle it. So, this is New Londo Ruins. Super cool place full of super cool dudes that we're going to check out later. Right now we're just going to make a quick stop to grab a cool item. So first we're going to break open this here pot. That has got a transient curse. I guess I'll use it. Yeah, why not? I'll use it. So there are ghosts here, and ghosts are very difficult to hit. So difficult, in fact, that you can only hit them if you are cursed, have a cursed weapon, or have a transient curse, which is just a temporary curse. So that's one of them. They're very scary. I think I want to go this way, right? Yes, here we go. So I'm going to go this way. Just under the water, there's a little path. There's a Firekeeper soul. Now, if we get super lucky, we could maybe make it past these ghosts. I don't think I'm gonna. So we're just gonna use the power of the transient curse and this this amazing scythe to kill the shit out of it. And now we can walk back without incident. So I could probably do more stuff here, but I don't want to. So I forget how long the transient curse lasts, and it kind of sucks that there's no status icon up at the top. I think that's something they did better about in later Dark Souls games. You can see the little, like, white sparkly lines around me. That's my indicator. Once that's up, I can no longer hurt those ghosts. There's some stuff here that we're not going to use, like the S-Stock. So we're going to come back down here for a shortcut later. I think the shortcut's over there. But that's going to lead to a boss that I can't really hurt right now. So we're going to do that, like I said, later. So now we're going to go back up. Okay, so now we're back at Firelink Shrine. Rest at the bonfire to get my one Estus flask back, but before we do that, we are going to talk at this Firekeeper here. No response. She cannot speak. Can you reinforce my Estus flask, though? Sure can. Okay, so talking to any Firekeeper and giving them a Firekeeper soul lets you upgrade your Estus flask, so now it heals me more. How much more? I don't know, 20%, 30%, 50%? Some number. Doesn't matter. Anyway, now we're going to head up to the Undead Burg with our super overpowered scythe. Ah! So the one problem with the scythe and polearms in general is if you miss or hit a wall, you have a pretty big recovery time for your attack. But if you land the attack, then it's fine. And it's, you know, not great in closed spaces. Sometimes that rat has a humanity, which is cool. We didn't get one, sad. So now we're going to journey up into the Undead Burg. And a lot of people, myself included, definitely got walled here. You know, it's your first Dark Souls game. There's a lot of stuff to encounter. Something else that I did not even see until mini playthroughs later are some of the cool side paths that are, like, right here. Before you even hit this fog wall. Yeah, why not? So over here are some beggars. You can roll through them and fall down here and get some items. And then you can keep falling. And then these guys start climbing up. And if I was better, I could have hit them. And knocked them off. But oh well, they're dead now. That's what's important. So we come in here. There's more items. There's always going to be, yeah, there's more guys sitting here. Yeah, you can just one hit to knock them off. And I think they're waiting for you to progress or pick up the item or something. Oh, not watching my stamina. Even without the super overpowered weapon, they die in one hit. So rubbish is actually, like, good for literally one thing. Whenever we go back to Snuggly. I forget what he gives you, but it's something good. And I forget how to get that item down there. I don't even remember everything. But I think this is, yeah, humanity. Wonderful. Always good to have some pocket humanity. So that was something else my friend said that has stuck with me to this day is, so you've got the humanity items in your pocket, you can never lose them, and then you've got the humanity up at the top left. You get that from using those humanity items, or killing players, or killing some NPCs, but he referred to this number up at the top left as soft humanity, because that you can lose by dying, and the items as hard humanity, because you can't lose those unless you use them. And I still call them that to this day. Oh yeah, so this is... You can jump across over there and get like an item that's absolutely not worth it. I'm gonna give it one more shot. The jump is pretty precise. I thought for a long time you couldn't make that jump, but it turns out you can. But we're gonna go here. And there's a dragon. Fun fact about Dark Souls, something that I love very much, is dragons. I think just about, if not every dragon in this game, can have its tail cut off, and then you get a weapon for it. Oh, please don't die. Not here. Not in the front. And that dragon has a very good early game weapon. I have done some runs where you get that. I never played the game, so there was a way that you could shoot his tail off with, like, an arrow. Well, like a bunch of arrows. And that was apparently too easy, so they patched that. There's other ways that you can cheese his tail off that I don't feel like doing today. But it's a really good early game weapon. It doesn't really scale with any of your stats, so it falls off late game. But it's certainly got its uses. And it is pretty good against that fire boss I talked about earlier. So here we have our first, well, one of our first,
Well now,
shopkeepers.
you seem to have your wits about you, hmm? Then you are a welcome customer. I trade for souls. Everything's for sale.
I forget this guy's getting too bored. So he's got some things for sale. Dried fingies. So that's another one of the other small changes. Dried fingers just lets you get invaded faster. And this used to be a DLC item, and they added it to this guy so that you can just do multiplayer stuff early. I'm gonna get the orange soapstone, even though I'm probably never gonna use it because it's $100 and it's iconic. I don't think I even need the residence key. Let's buy the residence key just in case. Repair box would be nice, and we don't need any of his armor or weapons or anything he sells.
Thank you kindly.
Thank you kindly. So we could kill him to get a cool katana if I was feeling extra weeby, but I really like my great scythe, so we'll just stick with that for right now. But we can come down here, fight some crackheads, as me and my buddy used to call them. Yes. And then I think this leads back up to where we were. Oh, this leads on to... Yeah. There's those dead guys. Yeah, so I think... That's where I was trying to jump from earlier. Maybe? I'm not entirely sure what building this is. There's crossbow, though. Crossbow's nice. Okay, yeah. And then... This... Okay, yeah, so this is like the starting area again. Okay. There's lots of little loops. This game really likes its loops and its realistic world geometry. Every place, you know, connects to another place, and you can see those places and go. If you see it, you can go there, sort of thing, kinda. In a way that Dark Souls 2 completely eschewed. So the wooden shield is a much better shield than the shield we have right now. The question is, am I going to use it? So this is a bonfire that many people, myself included, might be very familiar with. Because this is the first one you get until you beat the first, like, actual boss. Am I going to swap to the wooden shield? It does have way better defense for everything except magic, so yeah. And 93 physical defense is pretty good. So something else you learn, especially at that bonfire, is resting at bonfires respawns all of the enemies. So, you know, you can continue on without problems, or you can farm dudes. And that's the choice you make in Dark Souls when you decide to fully heal at a bonfire. So we're just gonna clear out these guys, check out some side areas, kill more dudes. At least one guy in there. I didn't want to do a jumping attack, but that ended up working, so that's good. There is a chest. Black fire bombs. Black fire bombs are super good. I don't know how much more damage they do than a regular firebomb, but it's significant. So we're gonna go around here. Kill these guys in one fell swoop. Yeah, so I think the resonance key is needed for this door. And it's going to get me an item that I'm not even really going to use. So it's going to give me the gold pine resin, a very good, cool weapon, enhancement to weapons that I'm not going to use right now, if ever. But if you don't have a magically enhanced weapon, you know, most people, it's very good for the first boss. Oh, hello there. Kick. So, one of the things they took away from us in later Dark Souls games is this amazing kick. I'm not sure if the shove from Demon Souls is better. It might be, but the kick is godly. If enemies are blocking, unless it's a big-ass shield, you're going to knock it away, and then you can kill them. You can't repost them, but you can certainly mess them up. So you can see I got one humanity up there for killing some number of enemies. There's tables. So we're going to see if we can backstab this Black Knight. That would be super cool. Damn it! Yeah, the timing on that is difficult. Ooh. Alright, still got the old parry timing. So this is a Black Knight. He is very difficult to kill unless you parry. Damn. He can drop his weapon like 20% of the time or something. Blue Tear Stone Ring. We're going to equip it now, even though it's not of a lot of use to me. With 15 Estus Flasks, I don't plan on being low on health, but we got a ring slot, so why not? But I think... I've got some options. So, yeah, there's a flaming barrel up there. Bait it out and wait for this guy. Boy! Yeah, you die. That's what you do. Okay. I think what I am going to do... This is not something I've practiced, so I'm going to use the Master Key. Master Key unlocks a ton of doors in this game, and this is one of them. To go down to an area that I shouldn't have access to try and get an item that I shouldn't. Okay. So, this leads to another area of the game where I could get some stuff, but I'm not going to do that. What I am going to do is fight my good buddy, Havel. And Havel's going to Goomba stomp me because he's a douchebag. Oh, I thought I was going to be able to backstab him. So, this is Havel. He has a ton of armor and a shit zillion damage. Taking him head on is stupid, which is why we're gonna stab him in the butt. Yes, I am abusing backstabs, and I do not care. Thankfully, he's got a ton of recoil time on his attack. So, very easy to get behind him. He can push you. Two-handed attack, I think, has less recovery, which makes sense. Oh, no, I queued up the second one. This should be able to... Yeah, backstabbing. Okay. Almost there. Thankfully, this magic weapon does a lot more damage than most other things, so it shouldn't take too many backstabs. If you're coming here with, like, a regular weapon, those backstabs will do, like, 30 damage or something. There we go. You do this enough time, you figure out his dead angles and how to best avoid him. And Havel is down. Good night, sweet prince. And for defeating Havel, we get Havel's ring. Do I go and get the Grass Crush shield? I mean, I'm already on a roll, right? Okay, so Havel's ring is fantastic. It boosts your equipment load by like 50%. So now I could wear basically whatever the hell I want if I had anything to wear. So we're going to use the Master's Key to get into another area we should be able to darkly facing. There's a cool Hydra boss over to the right that we are not going to mess with. There's some crystal guys that we are, again, not going to mess with. And we are going to hope that they, in turn, will not mess with us. What I am going to do is run all the way over here. And I think I want it to stay low. Pretty sure. The ambience. So there is a guy, like, right there. Oh, wow. How did I get the parry on that? Okay, whatever. I'll take it. So he's got a bit more health than his brother that we've already killed. Oof. Let's see if we can get another parry. Nope, that was difficult. So sometimes the parrying in this game... Hey, we got the Black Knight shield. The halberd would have been super cool. When you parry something, you gotta be, like, right up next to it in order to, like, get your riposte attack. That's something that I think they made easier. So the Grass Crest shield is one of the best shields in the game. It's got it's almost maximum physical damage reduction, which is great. The magic stuff is alright. Magic itself is pretty low. But it grants us that increased stamina regenerate buff that I was talking about. So we're going to activate this bonfire, but not use it. So now as long as I have this shield equipped, even if I were to, like, two-hand the scythe and just put it on my back, I would have my stamina, if you were looking at, regenerates way faster now. And for you Dark Souls Zoomers who may have only played Dark Souls 2 or later, you might be wondering, well, just get the Chloranthy ring. We didn't have no Chloranthy rings back then. It was this shield, it was the child mask that I talked about, and that's it. There might have been a green herb that gives you your stamina back fast, but I forget. This is basically your Chloranthy ring. So, now that we've got that, we are going to head to the first, like, actual boss. So, now we're back in Undead Burg. We're gonna climb up the stairs. We got quite a few stairs to climb. We're gonna kill this guy, and he might come up the stairs and be annoying. They've already burned through 10 Estus flasks, and I still got 10 more. Okay. I think upstairs there is a crystal lizard. Yeah. Okay, so nobody else is messing with us. Right in here, there's gonna be a crystal lizard buddy. And he just dies in one hit. Crystal lizards are fantastic. I love those little guys. My wife got me a little light up one that I have on my desk, and I love him. They give you items. You have to kill them. In Dark Souls 2, they made it so you had to loot them, and sometimes they fell off ledges, and it was terrible, and I don't know why they made that choice, and I don't know why he's still moving. Anyway, first boss. So, you could just walk forward and trigger the boss. That would, especially for me, that wouldn't be a big problem, but you will soon notice that there are people shooting at you. Oh my god. So we killed him. And now I'm going to fall down, eat the fall damage. So then we're going to walk on over here. And there's Tauros Demon, the first boss. So, it's one thing to go up there and kill those guys before fighting the boss to make it easier. It's another thing to come back up here. Oh my god, he jumped away, you sack of crap. Okay, so spoilers, you can plunging attack him, which is why, you know... Oh my god, I'm going to die. Can we run, please? Oh. So you could plunging attack this guy, and especially with this weapon, shitzillion damage. But now he's incurred my wrath, so we're just going to beat him to death with a stick once that's on fire. Thankfully, his hitbox is, you know, fairly realistic, I suppose. There we go. Takes like, what, 6 hits to kill him with the fire sight. Didn't need to plunging attack him, but it was cool. And we got our victory achieved. So we got humanity. So a change I never realized until I played Demon Souls is in Demon Souls, killing a boss just automatically, like, makes you human, as it were. That's great, but if you're already human, you don't really get anything. Most bosses in this game drop at least 1 humanity, so that's essentially the same thing. And get this little item back here. So it's nice that you can essentially get the same benefit as those games, but you can hold on to it for later, because it's hard humanity. So over there is a bridge that we will cross. But before we do that, we have to talk to the best boy in the game. You know him, you love him. If you don't, you can get out. It's our boy Artorias.
Ah, hello. You don't look hollow, far from it. I am Solaire.
Also, his name is Solaire. I am
an
literally the
adherent
worst.
of
I'm
the Lord
sorry.
of
I'm so
Sunlight.
sorry, sir.
Now that I am undead, I have come to this great land, the birthplace of Lord Gwyn, to seek my very own son. You find that strange? Well, you should.
Sure do, grass
No need to
shoulders.
hide your reaction. I get that look all the time.
This is our son, bro.
Aha.
We need to talk to
So
him a
I
little bit
didn't
more.
scare you. I have a proposition, if you have a moment.
Yeah, of course.
The way I see it, our fates appear to be intertwined.
You have no idea,
In a
Solaire.
land brimming with hollows, could that really be mere chance? So what do you say? Why not help one another on this lonely journey?
Yeah, of course.
This pleases me greatly. Well then, take this.
White sign soapstone. So this allows you to put down those white signs like we saw with Leroy so that people online can summon you.
We are amidst strange beings in a strange land. The flow of time itself is convoluted, with heroes centuries
It's
old
a
fading
line that
in
gets
and
quoted
out.
a lot.
The very fabric wavers, and relations shift and obscure. There's no telling how much longer your world and mine will remain in contact. But use this to summon one another as spirits, cross the gaps between the worlds, and engage in jolly cooperation.
Jolly
Of course, we
cooperation.
are not the only ones engaged in this, but I am a warrior of the sun. Spot my summon signature easily by its brilliant aura. If you miss it, you must be blind.
And I think he gives you the white sign soapstone if you hadn't bought it yet.
Oh, hello there. The sun is a wondrous body, like a magnificent father. If only I could be so grossly incandescent.
If only I could be so grossly incandescent. We respect Solaire in this household, even if we call him by the wrong name. So, getting back to this terrible place. So this bridge sucks. Oh, why does it look all scorched and shit? That's because there's a dragon. So, that's pretty much... The fire attack that dragon does will pretty much always do more damage. That first time, since you basically have to get hit, I think they kind of give it to you for free. It does way less. So there's a couple of things we could do. We could go underneath the bridge in order to get over to where the dragon is guarding. And there's some rats that could poison you, and it really sucks to get poisoned. But in learning how to farm the dragon's tail, should be able to just stand right here. You learn a few things about how to bait him out. So, normally the dragon stays up there. But, if you sit right here, and maybe I'm gonna need to, like, jump out there to get him to attack. Oh, wait. I forget exactly what needs to be done. You can bait him into attacking and eventually coming over here. It's been a hot minute, so I forget how to do that. Oh, I don't want that. I don't want any of that. Oh, God. Yeah. Dragon Boy, are you gonna do anything or what? Let's see if standing here will get him to come out. I forget if I need to stand at the other end or stand over here. There's a way to bait him to come down here, and then it's a lot easier to get past him. Because if you try to just run past him now, he's going to breathe fire on you and probably kill you. Come on, buddy. Come on. Are you really not going to do anything? There it is. Okay, so we got his attention. Maybe this is what we needed to do. Okay, so we got his attention. So now I think if we wait here, he's going to come down from his perch and try to kill us. Come on. You hate me. You want to kill me so bad. Come on, buddy. Is it because I called you a dragon when you're actually a drake? Is that why? Come on. Yeah, it's been a hot minute since I've done this, so maybe I'm doing something wrong. Maybe I gotta stand over at the stairs. Come on. Let's try and bait his fire again. There we go. Oh, I'm gonna get hit by that. Okay. Well, that's unfortunate. So I might be able to just make it under him. Can we try that? No. Okay. So yeah, he will just kill you with fire. Oh, I didn't get the shortcut. I'm a ding-dong. Alright, well, now you get to learn what hubris gets you. So, what I was supposed to do was activate a shortcut, but I forgot. I'm so pleased with myself for doing so many things correctly the first time. So now we're going to do the second best thing you can do in Dark Souls after killing stuff, which is run away from stuff. And we're just going to run past everything. Yeah, we're going to go back on the old bridge. Those guys are going to try to shoot at me and hopefully going to miss every shot. Remember to zigzag, kids. Zigzagging will save your life. Yeah, I think it's basically impossible to just run past that dragon. So now... Oh, for real? Thought I was going to bait his fire breath. Did they change this in an update or for the remap? I feel like I've done this, but I don't know. Okay, so We kick down this ladder. That lets us get back to the bonfire we were just at. Also, something I don't think I knew is I didn't lose my soft humanity when I died, probably because I was human. So instead I just lost that. That's a thing I didn't know. Okay. Okay. This is what I want to see. Okay, so maybe I just needed to go down there and kick that? Is that... So I wanted him to do that, like, wide sweeping breath attack. So now he should get pissed and jump down here after a few seconds. Come on. Yeah! Okay. So for whatever reason, going down there was the trigger. So, yeah, most of the time he'll breath or, like, shoot forward, and we can just go to this bonfire. And he doesn't like that, and huzzah, he's disappeared. Actually, I think he's just flying away. He can come back. You can kill him and get stuff. We're not going to do any of that. Over here, we have this broken sunlight statue. That's how you join the Sunlight Covenant, the best covenant. Unfortunately, we can't do that right now. But what we can do is open up this gate. And something is angry. Oh, okay. So we're gonna make sure we use this. Actually, I might as well do some blood drops. Do I want stamina? Do I want endurance? I'm definitely gonna do a magic build at some point, but not sure how much int and stuff to give myself, and it doesn't matter. Endurance is fantastic. Let's go up to 100, and let's dump the rest in vitality. That's probably fine. Something else about this game is there is no way to respec. You cannot You're committed to a build in this game, which is unfortunate. I really wish they had put a respec item in this game. So that's where you would come up if you went under the bridge. There's a guy up here I'm going to try and kill, just because. That guy sometimes just pancakes you like that. Woo! And he's usually very good at strafing. Thankfully, most enemies can still just get, yeah, backstabbed. Backstabbed. 2 backstabs with the fire, so... Oh. You need one more. Okay, goodbye. Titanite chunk, no weapon, that's fine. Titanite chunks are upgrade items that let you upgrade your weapons almost fully. They're very difficult to farm, and I think those guys are like 100% drop because you only see them once. Some enemies don't respawn, and that's one of them. Something else that doesn't respawn is this frickin' boar. So we're gonna try and kill this here pig. And it's very difficult to kill on the stairs. I have tried. But you can see this armored pig is missing armor in one spot, and we are going to use that. Fortunately, Dark Souls does contain a bit of animal abuse. Ugh. But sometimes he likes to aggro. So this is about the edge of his aggro range. You could just, like, ping him over and over. Oh my god, really? Okay, so unfortunately most weapons bounce off the pig as well. There we go. You can butt stab the pig. Just a little internal spit roast. And then we can just kill this guy at our leisure. So that pig don't respawn. I can go get my Estus Flask back if I wanted. Unfortunately, there's an enemy that closed the gate up there. That's fine. We know a path around. So, I don't know why I came up here. There's some items I could get. There's no point. I don't know. They're for big brain plays, and I'm small brain boy. I forget where the heck to go now. It's... Oh yeah, right down here, I believe. Over here is where we want to go. This crackhead is leading you towards other crackheads. Hello, crackhead. teaching you that swarms of things are bad, teaching you that guys following you is bad. There's actually a pretty important item over here. Over here we have the mystery key. What it does is a mystery. You'll find out pretty shortly what it does. Alright, and now we're going to climb up. Hey. Mother fudging. Okay. Running low on Estus. I'm going to have to try here pretty soon. Grab that undead soul. So similarly to souls, which can be lost on death, those items are sort of like hard souls. They can't be lost except when used. So you usually hang on to those until the last minute when you want to level up something or purchase something. Go through another fog door. We're up above the ramparts where we were, so we could go up that staircase, but we're gonna go this way. Damn it. This is a guy you can backstab if you creep up on him real soft, but I rolled too fast. We get the Night Shield, which is a really good shield at this point in the game. It's got 100% physical defense. The magical defenses are kind of bad, but 100% physical means if you block a physical attack, you take no damage. Pretty solid. Dark Souls 2, they made it much harder to find a shield like that. There might not even be a shield like that in that game. Because they really wanted to de-emphasize shielding, because it's so good in this game. So down here, there's going to be at least one guy. And here we've got another Balder Knight. Son of a bull. So I think this guy can parry you if you're not. But we can just kill him. Get dumped. So we could go that way. This way leads to the front, which is fine, I guess, actually. We'll kill this guy just because. We'll grab the basement key, very useful. And we'll open up this gate. Not going to go inside that church because things will be difficult for me. Instead, we're going to go around the side. Just look at that beautiful landscape. Look at those god rays. So we're going to come around to the side of the church. And there's some dudes that we can kill. We're not going to kill them right now. And they're not going to kill me right now. Right? We're going to come over here. So if you played this game before, you're very familiar with this particular sound. So right here, we've got a bonfire. So we're going to use that to heal up. I don't think it's necessary that we go talk to this NPC, but he's great, so we're going to talk to him. He may not even talk to us yet.
Oh, forgive me. I was absorbed in thought. I am Siegmeyer of Katarina. Quite honestly, I've run flat up against a wall.
I think it's
Or
a gate,
gate,
actually.
I should say. The thing just won't budge, no matter how long I wait. And oh, have I waited. So here I sit, in quite a pickle, weighing
More like
my
an onion.
options, so to speak.
This is Siegmeyer of Katarina. We love Siegmeyer. He's got one of the longest quest lines in the game that we will be doing, because it's not terribly difficult, and I love him, and it gets you a cool item called a Titanite slab. Which are very rare. I think those are actually limited in this game. There's no way to properly farm them. Here we've got Andre.
Well, you must be a new arrival. I'm Andre of Astora. If you require smithing, and speak to me.
This guy will look familiar if you played Dark Souls 3, because he's in that game inexplicably. He teaches you a cool gesture. And he's a blacksmith, so he does blacksmith stuff. He sells Titanite shards. He sells the Crest of Artorias, which we'll need later, but not now. And he sells these weaponsmith boxes. So I think right now we'll do the repair box, because that's the most important. And later we'll get the weapon and armor smith boxes, which are cool because they let you base upgrade your weapons and armor without coming to a blacksmith.
Don't get yourself killed. Neither of us want to see you go hollow.
Neither of us want to see you go hollow. So we're going to try and kill this guy over here. This is a Titanite demon. They're douchebags. This is the least douchebaggy of them all. And he kind of resists fire because he's a freaking demon, but we're going to try and kill him. I think we'll be fine. So this guy, you can abuse most of his hitboxes by just hanging out his crotch. Okay, yeah. So, doesn't leap around a lot, gives you Demon Titanite. That's also a very rare commodity. It lets you upgrade demon weapons, which I don't think I'll be using, but I like collecting stuff. Oh, people. Coming over here for a couple of reasons. The first is to grab a bonfire, the second is to kill a boss, and the third is to get some cool armor. We don't really need any of that, but I like it. So, would you... Oh, man, he doesn't even die. Oh, cool, I got grabbed. That sucks. That really sucks. Oh, boy. Go kill me. I was just about to say, oh man, these grass guys die in one hit to a fire weapon. They do not do that. Purple moss clemps, super cool. That'll be a fun one later. So that's the door that we need the Crest of Artorias that we currently do not have. But right next to it is a secret bonfire that we are going to light and utilize. So I'm going to go and grab some armor. I should make myself human, but I'm honestly a little scared that I'm going to mess it up, so I'm not going to make myself human yet. I'm going to go over here. And first I'm going to grab the armor, which I think is right over there. God, I hope it is. Yes, Elite Knight armor. Elite Knight armor is great. We love Elite Knight armor. That's the armor that old Oscar was wearing. It's on the box art. It's really good defense for weight. It's good armor. Now I'm feeling much better. So we'll go sit at this bonfire. We'll equip the armor. Which will not be a problem because we have the Havel's ring. And we don't really need the Mask of the Father because we've got Havel's ring. And, ooh, kind of mid-rolling now. Damn, I'm still mid-rolling? Shit. What if I level that up to 16? So I'm fine with mid-rolling. I played a lot of the game mid-rolling. Tattered Mansion's pretty good. Some people hate mid-rolling. Damn, still. be fine mid-rolling. Is that a mid-roll? Yeah, that's a mid-roll. So yeah, there's different types of rolls that you get in this game depending on your, you know, weight carrying to weight limit ratio. I forgot to make myself human, so let's go and do that. And if you're PvPing, you probably want light roll. A lot of people don't like... I played through the game with a fatter roll than this. The mid-roll is fine. It'll get you through most things. Okay, so let's reverse our hollowing. But it is, you know, not as fast as the light roll, which I think you need to stay below 25 or 20% of your max equip rate. This mid-roll, I believe, is below half. So I thought Havel's ring would get us there, but I guess it didn't. Unfortunate. There's another ring that probably will. So there's some big NPCs that I really don't want to wake up, except for the one that I have to. So I'm gonna try and walk around them over to here. And this guy's pretty much impossible to avoid for the area that I'm trying to get into. He makes it so you basically are always... It's like super encumbers you, so you're always fat rolling. Man. Yeah, so if I tried to roll, I would do the fat roll because of the spell that he cast. I was really hoping he wouldn't do that follow-up attack. So now I gotta burn a frickin' humanity. That sucks. That really sucks. I'm gonna have plenty of these later on, but that still sucks. Alright, let's go try and kill him again. So that's what, death number 2, I think? Not bad, all things considered. So yeah, the less of those guys I have to deal with, the better. So that's why I walk around here to not wake up the, like, 1 or 2 others that are in this forest. There might be a guy right there, actually. Yes, you definitely want to stay around here. Okay, so let's try that again. So it also slowers your slowens your move speed. Yeah, that's how it should have looked. Make me waste 2 damn humanity for that. Okay, the reason we're human is so that we can use the summon sign here for Witch Beatrice. We do not need Witch Beatrice's help, but there's some fun questline stuff that you can only do if you summon her for this boss fight. So we're gonna wait for Beatrice at the top of these stairs. Hello, Beatrice. And we'll fight another boss. This is the Moonlight Butterfly. This boss sucks if you don't have range, which we don't really have. I've got my fire, but I don't feel like using it. So the only thing we can do is hope Beatrice does her damn job and wait for the butterfly to land. I don't know. Hey, Beatrice, do you want to do anything? So Beatrice has magic and actually does a ton of damage. Maybe should kill it. Who knows? So we're pretty much just waiting for this thing to land. Or for Beatrice to kill it. Took a hit, but that's not too bad. So yeah, it lands over here, and then we can attack it and kill it. Wonderful. So we got the Soul of the Moonlight Butterfly. And another humanity. And climb up all of these stairs. That's a lot more stairs than I remember. And we come to an old blacksmith station where we find the watchtower basement key and a divine ember and a homeward bone. We're not going to use that homeward bone since we want to run past. We want to grab some items. So there's some lore stuff, but I believe that guy is Havel's friend, and he's the one who locked him in the bottom of that tower so that he wouldn't get taken to prison or something. So that is what you would normally need to get into the tower where Havel was, but the master key doesn't care. So we're able to get down there much earlier. We could have taken a long route from there back to here and skipped Undeadburg, but I don't like doing that. I don't want to do that, and I don't have to do it, so I won't. Okay, so now we're going to come outside. We're going to try not to trigger any more of those NPCs. This is actually an enemy. Oh, you're not dead. My mistake, sir. I thought you were deceased. There's like a spear you can get here. I think it's either the Partisan or the Wings spear. We're not gonna. I'm just going to try and find the exit, which I may have already passed. Yeah, it's down there, so the exit's right up here. Those tree geckos actually give you an egg, which is pretty useful, so let's see. If I time it right, I think I can... Thought I could hit these, so these are enemies. Yeah, there we go. They pop up whenever you pick up this item, but you can hit them early with some weapons. And then, you know, that's a little bit less stuff you have to deal with. Just die. Yeah, they're like invulnerable doing that little shake-off animation. So we got a purple moss clump. I'd love a red. Okay, perfect. So we got a red moss clump. Large soul? I'm almost certain that's supposed to be a gleaming purple moss chunk. Did they change that? There might be a change I'm unaware of. Anyway, those moss chunks will be... The gleaming purple is what we wanted, because that is the only thing that cures toxic, which will most likely be a problem later. But you can also trade them into Snuggly for cool stuff. Snuggly will accept lineage. Yeah, there's a soldier soul. So yeah, the gleaming purple, the shiny purple, whatever, is the rarest one. I could have sworn that used to be 100% drop, but I might just be crazy. Maybe that was always a soul. Nope, looks like we didn't have anything. Okay, so we're probably going to wrap up here soon. We're at least going to go back to Firelink before we end the stream. So now we're going to head back to Andre. We're going to not do anything with him. Just going to save. I think your encumbrance, like your roll, also affects your run speed. I think a little bit slower. Why not? Let's use this money. So you can give him the Divine Ember.
Thanks. You've made a fine decision. Useful.
I forgot about that. Sorry, I skipped some dialogue. But now he can upgrade your weapons to, like, Holy and maybe Lightning? I forget. But we're not going to do that. What we are going to do is buy the weapon and the armor smith boxes. If I didn't already buy the bottomless box, then I should have. So that would be a mistake on my part. I think I bought the bottomless box from the first guy. Okay, I did have the bottomless box. So the bottomless box is basically where you can store items you don't want to hold on your person. Thankfully, unlike Demon Souls, there's no penalty to holding items on your person. It just clutters up your inventory. So you can throw them in the bottomless box if you don't want to do that. But you don't have a, like, overall item encumbrance like you did in Demon Souls. That sucked. That was dumb. I just noticed the shoulder clipping through the shirt. Ah! So we're gonna kill the enemies out here. Yeah, die. Thought there was an item over there. And then there's a little mini boss guy right up here. Big Chungus. So some humanoid enemies can't be backstabbed. This guy's one of them. He's just too damn big. You barely do any damage if you hit that shield. But you just circle strafe. That guy up there is going to be annoying later. He drops a Titanite shard. And over here we have a Firekeeper soul. Now our second Firekeeper soul. So that we're going to go up to get to that other guy, but for right now we're going to come onto this elevator and do a cool thing. So you go to this elevator, you ride it down, 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 down. Oh, this place looks kind of familiar. I wonder where this is. Firelink's Shrine. It's all connected. So I thought this was super cool the first time I played Dark Souls. I don't think there's any items in these pots. That's Petrus. He's a douchebag. So yeah, now we're back in the main hub, Firelink Shrine. Very cool how they linked all that stuff together. So we're going to go downstairs. We're going to use that Firekeeper soul, and then I'm probably going to call it for tonight because my butt do be hurting. Please reinforce my Estus flask. Thank you. So I think the flask goes up to like +5 or 6. Yeah, so we're good chunk. So we sit at the shrine. We got our 20 Estus flasks back. We can reinforce stuff if we have. Oh, we have 1 Titanite shard. That's right. We're not going to do any of that. And yeah, I think that's a pretty good amount of stuff for one stream of Dark Souls. So that was a lot of fun. 2011, God, yeah, 13 years old. Like I said, I love this game. I played it a bunch of times casually. I'm going to continue playing it casually. I'm not going to immediately keep going with this, but I would like to do full run of Dark Souls. So probably once I finish Majora and Pokemon, we'll move on to Dark Souls. But like I said, it's my anniversary. It's my day, baby. And I wanted to do something that I wanted to do. That's fun. And Dark Souls is really fun. And it's chill, and I like it. So thank y'all for coming by. I hope y'all had a good time. I certainly did. Probably not going to do too much streaming this week. I got to go do some dog sitting, and I don't really want to go from house to house. So maybe Friday. We'll see. It'll depend on whether we do magic, I guess. But yeah, so thanks for coming by. Have a good night. Have a good week. See y'all when I see y'all. Bye-bye.